Flip man, it's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that bag.
Good afternoon and welcome to May 12th. Ooh, half the year's almost gone. May 12th, 2025. We're here to talk about real estate investing with a strong emphasis on wholesaling real estate where your cash and credit is not a factor. It's got to put the work in. Got my guys here in Florida and Tennessee. And I'm in Bama, so we're in the South. But you may be in Australia, in Sydney. But welcome aboard. Today's topic, the crazy strategy. Well, this crazy strategy crushes it in high dollar cities. So, little title there. We'll get to it. More of a setup for something later, but. So I appreciate everyone that has joined us this afternoon. Please subscribe to the channel. We don't ask for much. Tap the little bell so you are alerted when we do go live and when new content is uploaded. Also, follow us on TikTok. We're here live on there. Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitch, and we're not on X Live because they charge for that, but damn, Elon. But anyway, so how's it going, fellas? How was your weekend?
Weekend was good, man. I had a great weekend. You know, mommy birthday tomorrow, and we celebrate over the weekend, man. My brother came out from New Jersey, and man, like we had a jacuzzi and like a fire pit on our back patio. And we got rid of the jacuzzi and the fire pit because we didn't use it. So it just made for more of an open space on the back patio, man. And man, we had a good time. Tammy did balloons, and you know, it was fun, bro. It was fun. It was fun because we haven't been around. Everybody haven't been around our mom since like 2020, somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it was good just to be in her presence and have everybody have all the kids, you know, come together and everything. So that was fun.
Oh, nice.
Very good.
What we got, Tori?
So Free Mommy Free is here. Good afternoon, Ty. Ricky Hughes is here. What's up, everyone? Gary Rawls says, hi, everyone from Bronx, New York. Jamie Pounds, my first time seeing you here. Good afternoon, everyone. And Lionel Jackson saying, what's up, fellas from Baltimore? And Soul Soldier is here. And B is saying, Flip Man, what's up? And Lionel Jackson, hi, Ty. And Roderick Bell is saying, good morning. So,
good morning to all you all.
Noon, all that.
All of that.
Right. Did we figure something out for the Dalton property? Dalton land?
Yeah, I'm going to send out to let me see how many people I got down there.
And you said we want.
Why does she want someone to meet at a piece of land?
She could explain how everything is. I'm guessing she just want to explain it.
I just want to tell everybody that her dad bought this in 1920.
Yeah, she just wanted to explain how everything is, I guess. So
we did it on the phone. Let me see how many people I got down there. How many is this?
What's up, Stephen Vaughn? I'm here, my dogs from Philly, PA.
Steven, what's up with it?
Let's see here.
I'll go ahead with your question. Let me answer.
Oh, you can answer the question.
Yeah.
Answer fine. Yeah, if you have questions that you want to get answered, go ahead and like and
Oh, I'm
share.
like,
Hi, how's it going, Lori?
Let me pause.
Um,
Mute Ty. Um, Camper, what is this? Camper Eater. Weather chat channel because can someone please change that damn battery in that fire?
is it mine? Oh,
Uh, B is saying my big cousin has a 360 property project going here in Florida. Wonder what part? Half the properties are sold already. Sounds like a big project. Shaking my head. Townhome, multi units, trying to figure out how to connect some dots with her. So this is family that's doing a big project in Florida.
hmm I mean, we'd have to. Are they looking to sell? What's the situation? What kind of dots he trying to connect with?
Yeah.
You got to figure out, what's the play. Whether they're no longer motivated. I mean, if they have half the properties are sold, so I'm guessing they want to sell off the rest of them. So just need to know what the numbers looking like and what all they want, and then really go from there.
Especially if they are already sold, seems like that bread is there. But you never know. You never know. And Stephen Vaughn saying, you, my Jamaican brother.
You're already. Yes, sir. We are here, man.
Yeah, we are here.
What else we got?
Beverly Jenkins, it's my first time seeing you here. Hey, good afternoon. If you have a property that you want to get comped or land, just put in the address and we can get those comped while we're on here. Or if you have a question, feel free to put it in the chat. I mean, I don't see anything on Instagram or YouTube right now. So
Yeah, how was everybody weekend? What did everybody do? I mean, it was Mother's Day weekend too. I forgot about that. It was Mother's Day.
how you forget about Mother's Day?
Man, it'd be like that.
And you said it's your mother's birthday this weekend.
Yeah, her birthday tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Okay. That's what's up.
Yeah.
I just spent it with family. I spent the weekend with my family, just chopping it up with them. So it's all good. Soul Soldier this may be a question. Soul Soldier 70 on the land flip and split offers. How much counter offer room should we allow?
Right here. On the land flip and split offers, how much count off? Yeah, that's a question for flip.
That's a flip question. That's a flip question.
So flip question. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. Perfect.
Stephen Vaughn said my mom is gone, so I took the love out on my turntables. Oh, you're a DJ. Okay, that's what's up. You got a channel where you spin the records and stuff like that on TikTok, or
YouTube.
you just do clubs? Okay, we have a property to comp, Chevy.
Okay. What we got?
Beverly Jenkins. This is in Savannah, Georgia. We get a lot of properties in Savannah, Georgia.
Man. That's one that if I'm gonna move somewhere else outside of Florida, Savannah is where it's at.
Is that right outside of Atlanta or something? Like everything near.
Nah, it's not outside of Atlanta, but it's in like the area. I'm not quite sure how far it is from Atlanta.
Which is nice though.
Yeah.
Okay. Have to take a visit next time I'm in Georgia. Let me put you on the screen here.
Let's see here.
Blue Cove Way. Nice house.
Is getting. Yeah, this isn't something that I would go after. I mean, it was built in Let's see, attached garage, no HVAC, master bedroom upstairs. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, this is a fairly updated house, honestly. So, it's only been on the market for 2 weeks and it's getting quite a bit of hits. So it's probably not even going to last long. They should be able to get an offer soon. It's definitely priced right, if not priced in the right. It's priced. It's priced to sell. I put it like that. It's priced to sell. They just haven't gotten any offers yet, but it's priced to sell though.
Yeah, with 1,300 views in 14 days, getting plenty of views.
Yeah, and they bought it for 309 back in 2020, back in 23. So this is not something that I would do a kiss offer on for sure.
Who targeted this one?
Her name is Beverly Jenkins. This is my first time seeing her on here now.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of the things you want to do, Beverly, is part of the reason you want to have Zounce download. The very first thing I'm going to look at is right there in the yellow. It's getting 96 views per day. It's basically just the basic of economics. If you want to look at it like that, it's supply and demand. If there's a significant amount of interest in something, then you normally can get the price that you want and sell for more or whatever. So now, if this property only had 4 or 5 views on it, then okay, there's not a lot of interest in it, right? Doesn't mean seller still is going to do what we want them to do, but at least we eliminate. It makes it easy to eliminate, I would say, time waste. You can always make an offer on anything. It just I'm assuming most people want to try to be as efficient as possible with their time. And that's just one of the simple indicators that you can look at. With 96 views per day is not something that you would normally target.
And then the next thing is just looking through the pictures and seeing, what all is being done to the house.
Yeah.
So, like I said, the house been updated pretty well, and if not updated, it's been well kept,
Mm-hmm.
great shape, right?
Yep.
So ideally, it's something we want to go after, something that needs some TLC, something that looks distressed, to where there's more levels of motivation there. If it's looking like it's distressed, maybe the carpets are tore up or the kitchen is smaller. It's you got outdated cabinets. It looked like the property needs work. That's where it would now make sense to go after something like that, because the seller is more open to taking an offer because they understand that, hey, the property do need work. And then we're also looking at the history. So that's the listing history. A lot of times realtor will take this off the market and put it back on the market just to renew the listing. But in this case, they actually bought it back in 2023. And I'm guessing in 2 years, they're now inclined to selling it. So now, as far as a wholesale, this is not a wholesale deal. It could be creative though, because we could go after the sellers just with the understanding of, hey, what's going on with this? You only had the house for 2 years, and now you're ready to sell it. Maybe they relocate, maybe they're downsizing, or maybe they're upsizing. Something is going on for them to want to sell within 2 years. So you never know. So this would be more of like, hey, let's go after them on a creative side, see what's really going on.
All righty. So. Oh, well, Soul Soldier had a question for you directly, Ty, which is on the flan flip and split offers, how much counter offer room should we allow?
Normally, you're going to have quite a bit. At least the way I'm going to normal offer, because I'm normally, once I determine what the price per acre is on a particular property, the portion that I'm going to try to purchase, then I'm gonna probably be at 40%, 40 to 50% of that number. So they just say if it was 10,000 per acre, so I'm normally going to offer probably 4,000 or 5,000 an acre. So you have some significant room to go up in most cases. So.
All right. And Stephen Vaughn So he's saying he's doing the YouTube. Well, he's working on a YouTube thing for his DJ thing, and I guess he's on TikTok as well. What you should do is, if you're DJing, put your little card right there on. If you're on TikTok, and say we buy homes. While you spinning records, you never know who you run across while you spinning records.
Yeah,
you can do that.
Dope. That's a dope advertisement.
Yeah, right.
That's a great marketing piece right there. What I used to do. When I first started, everybody I came in contact with, I used to just tell them that I buy houses and ask them, hey, do you know of anybody that's looking to sell the property? I mean, everybody. I gotta get back to that.
Hey, go back to the basics. You know what I'm saying?
Being hungry, man.
And all eyes on us says Savannah is on the coast of Georgia, and then Beverly said it's about 2.5 hours from ATL. Okay, I didn't know that. And Steven said he's doing old school lake music, dance music, and R&B. Okay. Lionel Jackson is saying, hey, Ty, you already explained this to me why you wouldn't do this deal, but can you show others on here too as well so that they know? And he's given the property address and said that they accepted $3,000. This is in Birmingham.
I mean, they accepted $3,000.
Oh yeah. I remember that one. Yeah, we can pull it up. Hold on a second. Let me check this.
All right. And Beverly is saying that they are relocating, but they're getting so much interest that what I'm saying, whatever they decide, they'll be able to do because they'll be able to sell that. It's a nice house.
On the line.
Oh damn!
This is a vinyl property.
Wow. I just looked at the Birmingham one. Yeah.
Oh, is it pretty bad?
Oh, it's horrible.
You may as well just sell it for the land, No, you don't even want the land.
No.
Wow.
It ain't. We'll see.
Okay.
Second here. Let me find my man here.
We got a few properties today. Everybody woke up after Mother's Day. Like, let's get to it.
La land. La time is over.
I'm gonna comp the North Carolina one. I'll flip this on.
Okay. All right.
Let's do that. I need to come back to that one. Hold on.
You ready now?
Yeah.
We're gonna do yours, Lionel, but we'll pull up the other one. Oh, you still got that one? Yeah, that's terrible.
My page is up or no?
Yeah, it's up now. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
North Carolina.
So this is what land?
Say it's single family.
2 acres.
Say it's single family. What the description say? Oh, it's not for sale.
Off market.
Yeah.
Yeah. The house right there selling pretty well.
Is it a house or?
That's what I'm saying. It said 3 baths.
See what if one of those other links give you more information on it? What's the deal on this one? What is he trying to do?
Camper Eater just put the address in with no other, details.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we probably just sample math kiss on it. You know what I'm saying? We at 9 to what they say it's worth.
Is that a house behind those trees though?
So 9.
Oh yeah, it is a house. It's a house with its own driveway, I think. That's what it's looking like. Yeah, it's a house with its own driveway.
Oh, makes sense. Oh yeah, that's a house.
Yeah.
You couldn't see it. You got some tall trees.
Okay. Yeah, it's ducked off. So we had 876 with Redfin. Oh, that's a realtor. 950.
Hmm.
So 950,
928.
928, and 900. So we're gonna say 925 right in the middle. 60% of that.
65.
65.
What made him choose that house? What made him
Choose it.
target that house?
Mm-hmm.
Like they
Yeah,
sell
you got give us more detail, man. Let us know what's going on with that.
Yeah, that's a camper eater is actually the person that submitted that one. So
What was the one Harry want me to look up?
that was Lionel Jackson.
I'm sorry, LJ.
Yeah, 107 Omega Street.
Yeah. So when he sent this over, they accepted his $3,000 offer. They asking 15. Normally, guys, when you're getting this low, you ain't got much room to go, right? And if it's just still sitting there, 85 days, at least, let me see, it might be longer. Yeah, that's a true 85 days. It's normally going to be some issues. You see what I'm saying? Because that 15 grand fits into a lot of people's budget with real estate or whatever, even for brand new people, of course. So I guess I need to do a better job of turning the phones off. So what I'm gonna do on something like this, the photo is terrible, right?
Mhm.
Then I want to look at the street. So I Googled the address, go to the little image here. So Google does went down that street. So that's tough right there. Then across the street, I don't know what that's the back of, but it ain't pretty. Then right here on the corner, that needs to be torn down. I'm assuming that's 2022. That's probably still there. So, but a lot of it because I know the area.
Mm.
It's one of those when you can't give it away. You definitely the land has virtually everything has a value, but we're talking 500 or $1,000. It'll cost more than that to remove what's there, right? And just building something in here. I don't know what an ARV would be, maybe 50 or 60 grand. So the construction would cost more than that. So it's just not going to make any type of sense at 3 grand, 300, or $3, Lakers and 5. It ain't gonna make a difference. So yeah. Yeah, that's rough up in that, man. Yeah.
That's rough.
Yeah. That's Titusville. Like when you go, how you get out of here? I think I go down this street down here. It's like one of those neighborhoods when you cross over one particular main stairway street. That's third place. It'll be too far for well. Let me see. Go back this way. When you get back out here to 6th Avenue South, then I don't know where I'm at. But anyway, so yeah, it changes over where it gets a lot better as far as the area itself. This is a better representation like this. So this is where the property is at. So once you come back, I was going the wrong way. Once you come back this way and on this side of 6th Avenue South, the prices of houses are better. A lot. It's just a lot better neighborhood over here. That's a cemetery, right? Matter of fact, this is the cemetery that I worked at right here when I quit.
Oh, really?
Okay. South, yeah, Elmwood Cemetery. Yeah.
Okay.
Right here, pulled right in this baby, the little office right here that we used to go at and have a man passing out them checks every week, and your boy wasn't getting one most of the weeks. Had a little office here right there. Right, the old Ron, when the Ron's still alive. But anyway, but yeah.
Wings are king.
Mm-hmm.
Wings. Okay. So we got that one taken care of. And Roderick Bale has a property that's in Mansfield, Texas. Right here. 2642 North Main Street in Mansfield. So basically what you're saying though, when they're that low, like 3,000, you need to take a deeper look.
A deeper look at it. You know, that's why I put a cap on it, because I try to keep the thought out of, you know, try to keep it super simple. Once you start, if it's listed for 15 and it's been on the market for 85 days, there's a reason why. Like, there's a real reason why. Real estate just doesn't work that way. It's being heavily advertised when you talk about with, you know, Zillow, right? And Birmingham's a decent sized market. And if it's been on the market for almost 3 months at 15 grand and nobody's bought it, there's a reason why.
Right. Makes sense.
It's, I guess, some stuff that always slip through the crack because the agent is not marketing the property correctly. But in that lower price range like that, people just gonna look at it, just period. You know, just period. You know, so a lot of people. So
yeah.
All right, so this one is a mobile home, manufactured home.
Is it in a park?
That's a good question. Is it a park? I don't know what this is. What is this?
Tough back there.
It's tough.
Yeah. What's the name of the city? Town?
Mansfield, Texas.
Yeah, Mansfield.
Mansfield, Texas. Because we look at stuff all over the world.
It's manufactured though.
Yeah, it makes it tough. Mansfield, a decent sized city, 7,000-8,000. So okay.
No, I mean it's not the city. I'm just talking about this area.
Oh yeah, the area, just what we just showed here in Birmingham. That's tough right there.
Yeah.
So it's not even in a mobile home park. It just jammed up in that little area back there, huh?
Yeah.
Well, let's just to go through a mobile home situation. Number one, does the land come with it? That's huge. If it does, how much? And then you get in, you're gonna still, and then whether the land comes with it or not, you want to get in the year the mobile home was manufactured, who is the manufacturer, the size, bedrooms and bath, square footage, bedrooms and bath. Do they have a clean title? Because it's like selling a car or whatever. And do they have title in hand for it? So if it has to be moved, if it's not a recently built mobile home, the cost to move that thing will cost more than what it's probably worth. But some people, that's not a big deal because they still will be cheaper. They just say that the mobile home is only worth $5,000 itself, and it takes 10 to move it. And I'm just throwing that number out there. So that's at 15, and they got somewhere to put it. Then they can rent it out in decent condition. They can rent it out. Okay, that makes sense because you can't buy a house for that. You can't build a house for that and put it on a piece of land. So it could make sense at that point, but you still would need to know all those factors.
With a mobile.
Did I tell y'all they had a mobile home in my hometown? They were using it for a doctor's office, and I guess the doctor wasn't giving enough activity. And I'm assuming the city had purchased it for the doctor, and he was just coming in a couple times a week or whatever. So that fills it out. So they were going to give the mobile home away, right, for free. All you have to do is just pay for the cost of moving it. When my sister told me about it, they had made a decision. They were just going to do a controlled burn down of the property, of the mobile home. I'm like, and of course she wasn't, it was too late. Anyway, I ain't even getting that part of it. But I said, that's a free money.
Oh, yeah, free money.
That's free money. Yeah. We can come up with enough money. I think we can. Enough money to move the mobile home somewhere where we can start generating income on it. Worst case, sell it. You know what I'm saying? You get it titled over to you and just sell it at that point. Let one of the dealers come pick it up or whatever. You talking about some easy money, and it didn't happen. And I think I found out a week before they burned it down. That's easy money right there. I'm talking about it was in great condition.
I'm not sure about this one. Stephen Vaughn is saying, bros, that funking idea. Make sure top partners with me. Maybe he's talking about something else that he was.
Nah, you guys suggest.
Oh, he's talking about the DJ thing. Okay, I got you. Okay. Yeah, when you get a deal, yeah, of course.
DJ.
So Soldier 70 from Florida was in Alabama this weekend. My daughter graduated from Tuskegee, which is a prestigious university. So congratulations on that. A lot of abandoned houses in Tuskegee.
Yeah, Tuskegee a rough town, man. They closed the Walmart down in Tuskegee years ago. This girl, one of my really good friends, she's from down in that area. They said just the theft was just off the chain. They said they couldn't control it. Walmart just pulled out and
Walmart pulled out. Wow,
yeah,
that's
pulled
bad.
out, man.
Walmart pull out of your city, you know it's bad.
It's terrible. It is tough, man. It's tough.
That means they really had to think about it. Like they got together and you're like, man, we're losing more than we're making.
Now, the workers are robbing them.
Hey, everything going out the front door. Hey, out the front door and out the back door. You know what I'm saying? Like but yeah. So yeah, that's why my point is I'm following up. He says there's a lot of vacant houses there.
Right.
There's a reason why. You think
did I read something though with a lot of people cashed in on those low houses in Detroit? They cashing in on them now?
That's Detroit.
Okay, I'm just saying. Tuskegee. It's happening.
You got millions of people you're dealing with versus Tuskegee, Alabama, maybe 2,000-3,000. You know what I'm saying? So,
okay, small.
I gotta look it up just on GP.
Is that small?
Oh yeah, Tuskegee is very small. It's very small town. I'm sorry, I'm off. It's 8,700.
What?
It's 8,700. I said 3,000 or 4,000. So it's
that's about the same.
Wait, so how big is the school?
Well, the school probably doesn't hold that many. Let me see. University population. Normally those schools are, they don't have huge enrollments. Says 3,100, so that's half the town almost.
Wow.
Wow.
That's half the town.
So school bigger than the town. Okay.
Yeah, that's half the town. Now I'm assuming they include that in the population. I'm assuming. I don't know if they do or don't, but let me see. Is this included in the towns?
Yeah, in Camper Eater, we did do that property in North Carolina. We did do that, dude. Remember, Chevy? North Carolina?
It says no, it doesn't include it. It doesn't include the student.
Oh, okay. So it's probably like a lot of people that just stay in another area and they go to Tuskegee. Is that how it is? Or they live
What do you mean? As far as students?
Yeah, students.
No, students be from all over the country, all over the world.
Okay.
You said you the one said prestigious. That's for real.
Because I've heard about, never been to the school, but I've heard so much about it.
Yeah.
It's a really good school.
Mm-hmm.
All righty. That's what's up. So Scorpio 67 said, "Hey guys, yeah, this is Pierre. You know my name on YouTube. Anyway, my message is, could I ask a buyer how much they will pay for a property if the property isn't under contract yet?"
Well, if you don't have a relationship with them, you can ask them about a property in a particular area or whatever. Give them some basic. If they buy in that area, they'll be probably tell you, I'll probably do such and such. Assuming this or that or whatever. You definitely, if you don't have it tied up, you don't want to give out too information. You have no power at that point. Again, unless you got a relationship with them, y'all get down like that. So.
It all depends.
Yeah.
But
and the only thing is really costing you to get it under contract.
Never, ever. I mean, sometimes sellers only want to do any contract unless they're for certain that you trying to do something or you're serious. So that's what you run into sometimes. But never, ever, ever give a buyer access into a property.
Don't give them the address though.
I mean,
You don't have a contract.
like a lot of times in certain situations, you have contact with the seller. Y'all been talking, y'all been going back and forth and everything like that. So, if you it those situations are different, man. You just want to make sure you're dealing with buyers that you've done business with before. So those are buyers that you want to entertain, but buyers that you never done business with before, if you don't got no property on the contract, just an address, nah, don't even do it to yourself. Because
Oh,
that buyer will go around and just find and like, oh, thank you. Let me call the seller myself. So
Makes sense.
that's mindful. And then some buyers, they'll pry too. Hey, you have it on the contract? What you have it on the contract for? How long is the closing date? So you just want to be mindful of that for sure. I mean, you deal with good buyers, and then you'll deal with buyers that are scumbags. It is what it is. Just like you'll deal with good wholesalers, and then you have scumbag wholesalers.
yep.
You'll deal with good sellers and scumbag sellers. I mean, it's the bit belly. It's the nature of the beast.
And Camper Eater, if I haven't said it yet, welcome to the lives. My first time seeing you here, but Camper Eater's question is how to get proof of funds.
Text POF, right?
Mm-hmm.
To 205-964
5243.
5243.
Yes, sir.
Roderick has another property that is in Mansfield, Texas. Yeah, Roderick.
Yeah. That name looks familiar.
Roderick Bell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, he keeping them coming. He has another one down at the bottom. He must be in Texas, or at least virtual wholesaling there. Nice house.
Hey, Roderick. So
You go.
this one,
It just closed. I'm confused.
I'm confused too. All right, Roger. What's the situation with this one, man? It's saying that it just closed.
On the fifth, it just closed. Yeah, yeah, I don't know what's going on with that one. Motivated seller. Okay.
Yeah, well, it just closed. Pending sale sold 5-6. Yeah, I'm not sure what you want us to do with that, man. What's next?
Yeah, down there. Let's see here. Hello, everyone. Rudy Hart. I happen to squeeze time to get on. We'll be listening at work. I also just hit the like button, and that is true. I agree with you. Lionel Jackson. He was following up when we was talking about that $3,000 property. He said the realtor was happy to give me that offer. As soon as I hit the offer, the realtor called me back, and that's the reason why you need to be,
Oh, yeah.
like too happy to sell that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
man.
Can't give it away.
Clayton Badu said, "What's good, fellas? Just got land portal. Hey, Ty, can you show how it works with infill lots, the land portal, and things?"
What particularly are you talking about? How it works with infield lots? Give me a little bit more direction.
And then somebody else asked about proof of funds. TJ is loud. Welcome to the lives. My first time seeing you here. But yeah, text POF to 205-564. What's the rest of it, Ty?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
5243.
What? Who's this?
For the proof of funds, POF.
Yeah. Just take.
Okay. And yes, and we did do that address, Camper Eater, in Wake Forest, North Carolina.
Yeah, we did.
We did that one. Brody, question. I'm trying to comp 20 plus acres, but he wants 60K an acre. Sounds high. But down the street, there's a 1 acre lot going for 140. What am I missing?
You can't compare 1 and 20. You're not missing anything. That without looking it up, but that's all. That may be factual. It may be a 20 acre tract may be worth 60K per acre, and a 1 acre lot could be worth 140. Um, yeah, well, no way to look it up. I mean, no way to give you a real opinion without looking it up.
Without looking up. I see what you're saying. Dave Darden, question time. I sent you over an apartment complex. I went by the other day, and that one said that I had a warning, dangerous conditions posted. It's no longer on there. What could that mean? Did the city take it down or not?
That's a good question. I there's no way to answer on that one, Dave.
Yeah.
It's a good question. Owner may have taken it down. Who knows?
Roderick Bell has another property. This is in Arlington, Texas. I'm assuming he wants to.
Okay, I just sent out a message to people in Dothan. Chevy, let's see. I had 17 down there. Let's see.
Okay.
When the replies, I told them $50 for their assistance.
Okay. Road views. Are we on?
For some reason, it's not allowing me to put you on.
Cause I didn't. I already
Yeah.
had it on there. He just gotta put the screen back
Okay,
up.
that's there. We got it here.
Okay, so something like this, Arlington, 245, 3 views a day, so definitely overpriced.
Say upgrades.
And yeah, it's only been on the market for since January, so what, 6 months?
No, not quite 6.
Like
They're 5.
5 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've done a good job. They've done a good job with paint. Fresh coat of paint. Everything else needs to be it need to be handled though. But definitely a fresh coat of paint for sure.
Mm.
That's pretty much all they did. They're definitely making an offer on it and see what happens. So nobody else is making offers. So where we at 120, 120?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, make the offer. See what happens.
Right. Beverly Jenkins would like to know what are the most effective ways to market for buyers.
Type of deal. That makes sense. But Facebook is good. Your local RIA is good as well. Um, those really the main two things that I've typically do when we have deals is just Facebook and local RIA.
Okay.
Now you that those are going to be your free methods. There is paid methods of doing it. What I recommend for the paid version, you could text the word boss to 205-964-5243, um, or you can text the word feed, FEEE. How many E's I'm trying to put in there? FEED to 205-964-5243.
Right. And Sydney A has a question. Welcome to the live. Hey, Flip, do you have any relationships with direct mail vendors and any training videos that we can reference and things?
Thank you for that setup. All right, so today's topic is this crazy strategy. This crazy strategy. This crazy strategy. Let me see here. Hold on a second. Let me see here. I'm about to answer the question. So basically, today's topic is just focused on just basically I'm just setting up interview that I recorded. When did he and I do that? On Thursday, I think it was. The guy that owns this direct mail company, his name is Jeff Charlton, and they've been doing direct mail for real estate investors, I think over 15 years, if not longer. I went out there in St. Louis. I went out there years ago, back in 2018, I think it was, and just saw their operation or whatever. And so when I do direct mail, I normally going to use them. I'm always going to use them if I'm going to do anything serious as far as the number that I sent out. So the interview he and I did is over 50 minutes long, but he's like really informative about the industry because they deal with people, investors all over the country, so they know what works. And so I put out a couple of the clips from the video. I hadn't did the long form video yet and uploaded to YouTube. So one of the ones that I did yesterday, last night actually, thought I wanted to get something posted because I was, over the weekend, just sort of out of commission or whatever. So when I got back late last night, I just did this one. So I'm gonna play this one and then I'll explain it in more detail. Like I said, we'll upload the long form one coming up. So
pretty easily make 25 grand or more per deal, especially if you fix and flip. But even in wholesaling, it's amazing the money that can be made in wholesaling. But you go to places like some of these big cities, yeah, the response rates are low, but the profitability is massive. So guys can still, I've got one customer that they were happy with 0.3% response rate, but they make that the reason they're happy, that means out of 1,000 mailers, they get 3 leads. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not much, but they're making 50 grand plus per deal.
Yes, I was going to make sure you broke that down. You said 0.9, so basically you're saying 1%, but just to make it really down. So 1,000 times 0.9 is 9. Is 9.
That's correct.
So if you send out 10,000, that's 90, right? So just to give you an idea of the response rate. Now,
so you got to know where you're on that to that point. You just add on to that. A big factor is how many leads does it take you to close a deal. And everybody's different depending on your experience, the type of lead, the area. There's a million variables there. But I will tell you, nationally speaking, the beginners, people that aren't real experienced, usually take 40 to 60 leads. They close a deal. The people that are good at it usually can do it in under 25. So because of the 40 to 60, there's a lot of those that are bogus leads.
Yeah.
But we know, because really it doesn't take 25 good leads to close a deal.
Yeah.
It probably takes 10. But you might get 25 total phone calls to end up with 10 really good leads, and you can easily close one on those. And really good people could do better than that. You got to back into it, okay? You got to say, how much do I make on a typical deal, and how much am I willing to spend of that money in marketing to get that deal? And that's how you back into it. So, it depends on you. Everybody's different, but back to that same guy, I use that same example. It cost him $10,000 on average in mail to get a deal, but he makes $50,000 every time he spends 10. So he's still getting a 5-to-1 ratio, 5 times his money on ROI. He's totally happy with that. And he's happy if it even costs him 20 grand to get a deal. If it doesn't, but he's still happy with it. So that math works. If you're only making 10 grand profit on a deal, then you're going to have a hard time making it work no matter where you are in mail. You gotta find places where there's enough profit. Either be more selective on your deals or just find better places.
Yeah, so he was basically describing places like in cities like Los Angeles or New York City, maybe Miami, the Bay Area. I'm thinking about some of the more hot, where the hood is 300 grand, 400 grand. I'm thinking about those markets. And he's just saying the response rate on direct mail in those markets are lower. So people normally are send more mail to get the response rate that they're looking for. But normally their paydays are so much more significant to do so, because the ones that are deals normally is going to be a home run. He was using an example of a client that they have that targets the Los Angeles area, and he normally runs about 10 grand per campaign, but he normally is around 50,000 and up as far as his payday. So that's where this topic today came from, or whatever. And it just basically me just going to set up at some point this week. I'll put out that full interview, but you know, they really know direct mail and you know what works. But what I was getting to, like he's saying, the guy spend 10 grand. You know, they have customers spend 50 grand a month on direct mail. You know, because it just brings in that type of obviously revenue back to them or whatever. You know, and they just blanking in, you know, obviously large markets, but multiple markets at the same time. But with anything, you have to be committed to it. You know, whether in that, you know, that's a lot of money starting out, of course. Not that you say you have to start out spending that kind of money, but we were just that part of the video, we were getting into what your expectations should be on the response rate. One of the other parts of the video, I think I may have uploaded that also, where he said like, you know, they started they started offering a VA service where they'll take the calls when people respond back to your direct mail, and they found that, or they had numbers that they will offer their customers where they could, you know, obviously forward those to whatever they wanted to. And like 55% on average, and they sent out millions of pieces, right? You know, when you combine all the customers each month, only 45% of the calls were being answered. You know, so they saw it, oh wow, this is an opportunity. So they put a VA service in place, and now it's like they have theirs is up to 78% of the calls being answered. And the only reason it's not answered is it's tied up or something like that. But they always call back. So it's close to, they're just going to keep calling the seller back. You know, just keep calling. It's not 100%, but it's going to be close to it. Whereas like you leaving, the point is they're leaving like a lot of money on the table, because a lot of times, and I experienced this myself doing direct mail, when people call, if you're answering the phone yourself, a lot of times they'll call when you ain't prepared to take it, you know, especially if you're just answering it yourself or whatever. So you got to have some type of intake where you spent a lot of money to generate that lead. You got to make sure that everybody is being addressed or whatever. So anyway, I'll get that full interview up later on this week or whatever. So yeah.
And Soul Soldier 70 is saying that wouldn't a town like Tuskegee with so many abandoned houses be a gold mine for fixing rent out since it's so close to the university?
It's a you would think that, but a friend of mine, the one that told me I was talking about with the Walmart thing, she bought a house down there thinking the same thing, right? To rent it out and stuff. Out of the probably 10 properties she has as rentals, that's the worst one. You know, just to keep renting. It was a very nice house, just structurally looking at it, just tough, man. And I don't even know how to explain it. You know, just a tough market. You know, it's a very tough market. You would think a college town like that, you know, that's a decent, that's a significant ratio when the town is only 8,700 and then you have 3,000 college students. You know, everybody ain't living on campus or whatever. So it seemed like it would be a really good opportunity. And maybe it's just somebody never put the real effort into it, making it happen, but on a larger scale or whatever. But just going by what she said, it's just tough to do business like that, you know. So, like you say, man, you know, you have half that size that Walmart thrives in, that half that population, and they couldn't, you know. Tough
Black.
one.
Roderick Bell says, I got to be quicker than that. I have a few on my list that just sold. Okay. And top 10, what's P? So what's up, guys? You gentlemen make my week. How many houses do you each have in your real estate portfolio and things?
I don't have any outside of just I might stay or whatever, but the only property that's an income producing property I have an ownership of a self storage facility. That's really my goal is to try to over the next couple of years to acquire a couple of different types of commercial properties or whatever. I've done houses as far as rentals and stuff. I ain't built for that, just not just the managing stuff. I'd had some just oh my god, just horrible experience or whatever. So I would definitely have to be removed from that part of it to make that work or whatever. It's just horrible experiences. But others have built immense fortunes with it. So just bigger fish, different pond or whatever. So that's my intent is more into self storage, maybe some hotel and motels. So I would like to actually retire and own a hotel. Actually, that would be my goal in the next, because I'm, your boy up there in the next 5 years or so, or whatever, to do that. That would be one of my goals. I can live in a hotel, just knowing me.
In Vegas? Or?
No, I wouldn't want to stay somewhere like that. No, I don't really want to stay somewhere like that. That's a good question. I ain't never thought about that. That wasn't even a consideration. That's too far from all my folks.
Yeah.
That's a flight. That's a flight.
Definitely a flight.
Yeah, that's a flight there to take. Because like something happens, not that I'm can fix anything for real. It's just so far to fly. You know what I'm saying? That's a haul from Alabama, man.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, for me, we have 26 properties right now and growing. Majority of the stuff we do is creative. But the landlord thing, man, yeah, I just had it was raining. It was raining hard. 11 o'clock at night, I'm getting calls. It's raining. The roof is leaking. I can't do nothing about no roof leaking. You have to wait. You have to wait. Or another one had the flushing the flushing handle of the toilet. Now flushing. And like, hey man, the toilet not flushing. I'm like, yo, why? Like when I think about different things, man, I always put in my lease agreements like anything major plus anything over $200, I'm responsible for it. Anything less than 200, that's on you. But they never read the release agreement. I gotta verbally tell them that, hey man, read your lease agreement. See what you're saying there. I have one like, yeah, my doorknob need to be replaced. I'm like, dude, like anything major, appliances, refrigerators, stoves, HVAC.
I've had people. You'll hear people. What's the mentality? And probably most people that are here don't think like that. What's the mentality like? I don't know if it was a post I made or something, or a comment I replied to, and it was something about landlords, because you have good ones and bad ones, just like you have good and bad tenants or whatever. And you get a few people that like all landlords are bad. Like, no, that can't be the case. Like I said, what are they supposed to do? They overcharge you, blah blah. So I'm like, what they supposed to let you live in it for free? Then how does that work? They got countries that they do that in.
Yeah.
Where we try to keep people out of the from coming in. We don't keep people from leaving. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying it's perfect, but I'm so. What am I missing there when people say that? Like, what am I missing? That's what I'm trying to get to.
I
What,
mean,
bad landlords? Is that what you're saying?
No. It's like I had an employee. That's the sort of way she felt. Like stuff should just be free. Like I say, that's places that exist like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's a cost to come with it. You're still gonna have corruption. Government-wise, you're gonna still have your haves and have-nots. I don't care if it's supposed to be free. You're still gonna have your haves and have-nots. That's just the way the world. That's human beings, or whatever. So
If
I like.
everything is free, there's going to be a lot more control.
Oh, no question about that. Now, all this getting on
No,
here and saying what you want to say, and
none of that now. Ain't no free speech.
no. You'll give up something.
I'm telling you. Do you really want that?
Yeah. What you want to give up?
Right. Sydney said, thanks. Glad I tapped in. And Day has another property in Hillsboro, Texas. Comp, please. Realtor has good pictures around this home. A lot of new homes are going up as well. She wants this to get comp.
what's the conversation like with the realtor?
Has she made the offer, or is she asking for us to help her with the offer?
I'm guessing. I mean, for us to help with the offer.
Instagram went out.
It's right here. Said a lot of good homes are being built. I mean, if you're looking at this whole block right here, all of these houses are abandoned. So
That's tough over there.
yeah, it's very, very tough. I mean, but realistically though, I mean, it's Texas, non-disclosure state. Let me see some here. Let me see. I don't like this right here, Flip.
What?
This right here.
What?
Estimated wholesale price.
Oh, I don't even look at that. I don't.
like they be all off. Like,
No, that's I don't look. I didn't. When you said it the last week, I was like, yeah. You see, I didn't comment on it. It's too. You have to always. It just that's difficult.
let's see what we
I
got.
know what they intended to do, but that's different.
Right. Okay. Okay, this isn't bad. It's got good comps for sure. Got 180, 200.
How close?
I'll say that to be around like 46,000 range. Say like 46, 50,000 for it to make sense. But everything is selling in like the 100 plus though, which is good. This is down the street, so like 3-4 houses down. Let me see what it's looking like. Yeah. So we know it got the potential to be something solid because it's in the same area for sure. And this sold for one. When did this sell? Back in. Let me see here. So this sold for 180 last year. So yeah, the house had potential, but it would definitely need a full flip job. So if you get around 50, 60, it'll definitely be a good acquisition for sure. So it's just about where the price point is at.
G Brown, afternoon fam. What would you guys say is the biggest hurdle there is for a beginner in wholesaling?
Biggest hurdle?
Biggest hurdle.
I mean, education is free. There's plenty of education out here. Level of commitment. Some people are looking for instant gratification. So I guess that will go with mindset, the preparation, being prepared for the long haul ahead.
Grind.
I rarely see people come into real estate and instantly find success. It takes time, it takes grit, it takes patience. So I would say that's the biggest thing for sure. I mean, that and understand educating yourself to understand how to completely analyze deal and make deals make sense. But at the same time, there's so many resources around you that it's just about you taking action and putting in the effort. That's gonna be the difference maker. And then trial and error. Like I see a lot of people that keep on hitting their head on the wall and not taking advice and doing the same thing over and over again, expecting to get a different results. So trial and error.
All right. Phil W. Is saying in the next 5 years, and we're all anticipating this happening. I pray Flipman is married with kids,
Oh,
That man ain't have no kids.
living in a hotel. We all need to have faith that Flipman is married with kids.
That man going to adopt his nieces and nephews if that, but they all old too. So
yeah, they grown. Well, I got one that's 14, but she good. Couldn't be 14. You know what I was teaching? I had sent her. What book did I send her? The what book did I send her? I sent her a list of books because she's a reader.
Okay.
And where is she? Okay, what book was this? No, not that. Speaking of that, so I'm gonna get to his deal. The automatic millionaire, right? And so anyway, so she sort of was breaking down some of the book for me yesterday. Well, was it yesterday or Saturday? Saturday. And so I started pulling up some stuff on compound interest and just trying to simplify it for she's pretty bright, so she got it. So she appeared to be interested. I don't know if she's really interested or not, but she ain't gonna not say her uncle didn't expose stuff to her like that because no one did it for me or whatever. So if she finished that book and she asks more questions, I don't know if she's interested. If not, I ain't gonna press the issue. But if she just reads that full book, she's gonna know more than most of her classmates will know, for years to come, probably, or whatever. And the video that I exposed her to, it's just so good. It just break it down, compound interest or whatever, and getting you to understand how powerful it can be. And I told her, I didn't tell her this. I wish I would have reiterated. You have three things that go into that, right? How did he say it? He said that you have, how much runway do you have? Like she's 14, so she has like 50 years of runway. You know what I'm saying? Like opportunities for investments to double. Just minor stuff, nothing major, no real risk taking. And what was the other thing? Anyway, I can't even remember. It was three major things. But anyway, so back to the thing with he said getting married. Do y'all really want to know what I feel about that?
I think I know. Can I guess?
Huh?
Can I guess?
Oh yeah, go.
Can you tell? Then you answer.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't think you have a desire to get married.
Yeah.
Okay. But go ahead. What you gonna say?
Yeah. I just not to get too personal, right? But you guys are one of the few people that I know that have, and you never know what's happening behind closed doors for real. But from what I can,
it's terrible for me and Chevy.
Yeah. From what I can see, you all have a pretty successful marriage. I got a really good friend from college. He and his wife. It appears that they have a really good, successful marriage, and they've been together quite a few years. And then I got another friend. I know they now. I got another friend. He's only married because I ain't gonna say he's only married. Well, it is what it is. He married because it was the right thing to do. And long story short, without disclosing too much information, he married because it was the right thing to do, and he didn't want his kids to grow up like he was.
Yeah.
And so, really, probably wasn't who he would have chosen, but because what happened during the dating process, child or whatever. And so, but with that being said, I just know him, and I watched him over the years, and how, oh my God, when he used to be with a chick, no other woman mattered, and he used to just get crushed though. You know what I'm saying? When it just used to
Went
get
the other way when it didn't go too well.
Just
he loved hard. He loved hard.
Yeah. So and then I got other people just in my family and friends and stuff. I'll put it like this: I know more non-successful situations than successful situations, and then I know people that still are married really prefer not to be married, but because of finances, kids, change, they still together. You know, so they prefer not to be, right? And so again, not to get too personal, so how I put this. I'm as of right now good because I've been through some bad stuff too now. You know what I'm saying? And I've been saved from myself in situations because they didn't want to do nothing. You know, they didn't want to go. I've been saved from myself, and I thank those individuals. They saved me from myself.
Okay. You got saved from
myself. They saved me from myself because they wanted to go in a different direction, and I'm glad they did. Boy, ain't nothing like time, boy. Woo!
Hey,
boy, ain't nothing like time, and just do some serious healing, boy. But you know, you grow and learn better. But the kid thing, not to get too personal again, there's been opportunities or whatever, different things, whatever, blah blah blah. But you know, I'm 54 now, so that just wouldn't. I would disappear if that happened. I would just be over it. Just be some music. This dude, Philip man, used to do this or that. Just be just the content out there. It would be it just would just be life wrecking for me, right?
Really?
Because in order for me to, TikTok didn't like.
It would be devastating.
But just think about it, right? So I would have to be dating a woman that's childbearing age, which is not a problem. You know, if someone's in their 50s and 30s. Shannon Sharp can go to 19. I know I can go down in the 30s.
Come on, God. This is a different show.
I know I can go down in the 30s if I did that. But again, you know, that would be just like just life changing. Now, so if somebody was, you know, made a child situation today, so that'll put me when they were born 55, right? That'll be on my birthday. When they graduate, I'll be 73 years old at the graduation. Going up there all the stuff. Why your granddad always up here? Why your granddad always up at the school? You know,
kids are brutal. Kids are brutal.
I just don't want that, man.
Kids are brutal.
So if that would happen,
but here's the thing,
also a huge lapse in judgment on my part, so that's what it definitely would be, or whatever. It would just be devastating.
But just think of how good that feels when you are. What I'm saying with your niece, you're giving her all this good information about real estate.
I can pass with your own. I can pass. See, she's at. Can they come out her age?
You say what?
Can they be born at her age?
No.
they got to start small now.
But that's what I thought. So no,
you have more time.
Otherwise,
Give
no.
you more time.
So what if somebody come out of nowhere and say, "Hey, Mr. Tyrone"?
How
they gonna refer to?
They would have to be. They would have to be probably her age or older.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, that would be beautiful. That would be beautiful.
Okay. You would embrace that.
Yeah, I go with that. I go with that. Yeah. I can go with that.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's a couple of questionables out there, but I ain't questioning. They've already identified fathers that seem to, you know what I'm saying? So that's it, you know. So I can't do nothing about that. I ain't the one like we need to go. No. No. That embarrass her and me and the child too. No. Let it ride.
Oh man.
You know, hey,
nobody ever came forward, so you good right now.
Huh?
Nobody ever came forward, so you good.
No, I'm good. So, but you know, it just would be, you know, that I knew in my early 40s I probably wasn't gonna have no kid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just knew who I was dating, stuff like that. That ain't finna.
I know, you know, Bush, you know, he don't have no kids. I know.
Yeah.
That, you know.
But he speaking of kids, I'm not calling me. What I was gonna say?
Bush?
You about
No. Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah, but yeah, like, you know, I got a couple of, well, I did have one friend. He got out the club. He finally got one or whatever and stuff. So, but
now, I know some folks that we know together that got snipped.
Like somebody your age finally got out the club and just got a kid at your age. That's what you're saying?
Well, she's 6 or 7. So, you know, he was in his mid 40s.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in his mid. That was his first child in the mid 40s. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's booked him. Yeah, so she was about 45.
My cousin that just had a child, you know.
Who?
One of my cousins.
It was the first child?
Later 40s. Yeah. No, that's not his first child. You know.
Oh, if you already had a son.
Oh, okay. It don't make
ain't no different.
It's different.
Somebody like me, man, it'll be.
You never had one yet.
Oh, it'd be devastating. Yeah.
Would you
see what y'all the part y'all missed in? First, you got to be that young to do it, right?
Yeah.
Which ain't no big deal. No. I'm saying it ain't no big deal because a woman can be in her 30s. I ain't got to go all the way to 20s, but they can be in their 40s, really. They can be in their 50s. Right. You know, it just, challenges come with that the older they are, whatever, normally.
True.
So I just watched a thing on 60 Minutes about that, man. That was an amazing document on reproduction. It was about freezing eggs, but they had this doctor on there. She just broke that down, how that, yeah. But anyway, so y'all, anybody check that out? It's very interesting. It was like not this past week, but the week before. See, just put in 60 Minutes on YouTube, freezing eggs. Okay. Yeah, just oh man, the long version is about 13 or 14 minutes long, something like that. 20 minutes long. Well, just check that out. But what I'm about to say. But no, that wouldn't be good. So
you was about to talk about
please, whoever made that comment,
plain and simple.
POW, don't do your boy like that.
No marriage. You're good right now. You're at an age where you can change. You understand. This is the life for you right now. You're
not knocking marriage.
I'm a weirdo, dude. I just do stuff differently. I'm weird, so I know it.
Nothing wrong with it. You know, it's not even you. You understand. A lot of people would be like, "Oh yeah, I could see him." No, like you, like, no, I'm good. Like I understand. Like
I just
most people put up a front.
Yeah. It's
and then when you get to a certain age,
people watching you like, "Oh no, yeah, low time kid." Now you like, nah, dude.
What I'm saying, you get so settled. You get so settled in your ways that it's hard.
Well, I don't think I would have a problem adjusting. I don't even think it's that part of it. I don't think I have a problem adjusting.
It's just a bad lapse of judgment, though.
It has to be because I just know what my situation with everything is right now. It will be a very bad lapse in judgment because it's going to probably happen in a situation where there's no real connection with that individual.
Right.
Not that it needs to be or whatever, obviously, but I know it's going to be. It ain't going to be good for your boy. Let me just tell you that. You know what I'm saying?
You'll come on in the last show and be like, "Hey guys, Hey man, lapse of
Yeah,
judgment.
That's
The
better.
last time y'all seeing me,
I lost all your mind.
would you say goodbye? Would you like this?
There's
The
nothing
mic
like
and
it.
like, would you curse Phil W out like Phil, you bastard? You know, put this on me.
If you feel.
I'm thinking about Talladega Nights with Rick with dude, and he was like, "Don't you dare put that on me, Ricky Bobby."
Oh, that's funny.
Oh man, but yeah,
Well, Roderick Bell. Now, hopefully, this is not another pretty house.
it is.
That it is. You already know, don't it?
Yeah,
Are you thinking the same thing I'm thinking, Shay?
it is.
Roderick has multiple properties. This is in Fort Worth, and I know Fort Worth is a nice area too.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man,
What you think about? What you want to pull it up, or what you want to do?
I mean, it just got listed and they just updated it. So updated, well maintained, whatever you want to call it. Sure.
So how would you advise Rod? Because I think he was the person that said he keep losing because they keep selling or whatever. Should you get out of those houses, or
these shouldn't even be on your list, buddy?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah, like a house like this shouldn't even be on your list, man.
That shouldn't even be on your list. You're competing you're competing against people that are willing to pay full price.
Yeah, he's competing against retail buyers.
Yeah, you can't. That shouldn't even be on your list.
Nah, this is.
Yeah, don't caught up into that's where you want to live.
Yeah, don't fall in love with the houses, man.
Yeah, don't fall in love with the houses.
That's your money.
Yeah, you shouldn't even. This shouldn't even been targeted. Yeah. This house is ready to go.
Yep.
And especially in a market like that in Fort Worth, it's going to be competitive. It's ready to go, man.
It's going to be competitive, even though right now it's like, oh, it's low views like that. Still, somebody's going to still make an offer.
Yeah. You got low views there, Chev, and they drop it to $399. That'll increase greatly. But we need to be at $2-something.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? We just too far.
We used to be right here, so they bought the property for $299 back in 2020.
we need to be down there.
Yeah, we need to be lower than that. But yeah, Roger, you're targeting the wrong properties, man. Yeah. You go after the one photos. Go after
obvious updates, repairs.
Yeah.
You know, it could be in good condition, but you know it's built in 1980 and hadn't been updated since 1980, but it's still in good condition. You target stuff like that.
Go after where the realtor is like, hey, bring your offer, motivated seller.
Yeah. Even though they probably motivated, but yeah, they always use that.
Yeah, they always use that. But I'm just saying, like, keywords where you'll get your percentage, your chances of as far as realistically locking something down. And I think this is not just for Roderick, this goes for everybody. Because I think people are targeting like kids where they're going after houses where it's fully updated, it's recently updated, all these different things. So you just want to make sure that you're mindful of as far as what you're targeting.
Well, two people commented that either Ty is a pimp or he is Al Bundy married with children. Okay, so I just want to bring those.
You know, I never got into that show, so I really don't. I know he was, sort of. I never really got into that show. That I sort of know his character, but I don't know his character at the same time. I couldn't really explain it. It was
man, he was a womanizer, bro. He was
disrespectful. Al Bundy?
Yes, Al Bundy.
I used to be with other chicks.
I would call him a woman.
What, dude? How many times have he disrespected his wife on the show?
Oh, that's the same thing. A woman taking action.
They in the same. What about?
No, you taking action. Talking is different.
Oh, he would. Oh, he would make some action where he was going to take her head off.
No, I think you might be misunderstanding what womanizing means. I had to be. I had to be educated on that.
All right, educate me then.
Okay, the actual definition. Let's do this. I ain't gonna mess it up, but
Chat GPT, come on now.
Hey, chat need to be sponsoring 5 minutes of this show or something. Let's see. Let's see here. Okay, I got it. Okay, so.
And I'm not ignoring you, Brody. I'm gonna bring up the land before we get off this live. We're gonna talk about that land, but we gonna go for this one.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Can we have the definition of womanizer?
Sure, a womanizer is typically defined as someone, usually a man, who engages in numerous casual romantic or sexual relationships with different women, often without forming any deep or long-term commitments. The term generally carries a negative connotation, implying that the person is manipulative or insincere in their romantic pursuits.
Yeah, I was told one time when we looked it up in Webster, it was just a simple definition. It says a man that has sexual relationships with women with no intent to marry.
Yeah, that's pretty much in line with the general idea.
Well, multiple women. I'm sorry, like not just one woman, but multiple women with no intent to marry.
Got it. So it's someone who pursues multiple women for casual relationships without any intention of commitment or marriage. The focus is usually on the pattern of repeatedly engaging with multiple partners without seeking a serious or lasting relationship.
Hey, I'll tell you something funny. We'll get to my man Land deal.
Oh, okay.
So one of my homeboys, this was about 20 years ago. He's I guess still at the same job now. And this girl, one of the ladies that worked up there, he works as he works in the medical field. So he bumps around a lot of women or whatever. And so somebody he was trying to holler at, trying to make an advancement at, and one of the other girls at the other ladies at the job said that, oh, you don't want to mess with I finna call his name. You don't want to mess with such and such. He's a womanizer. And so it got back to him, and so he was all huffed and puffed about it. And I was like, I don't know what that means, priest, but it don't sound good, So we looked it up. We looked it up, and it said what I just said. It said having sexual relationships with multiple women with no intent to marry. And then we looked at each other. I said, "Yeah, that's you."
Oh, that's him. That's definitely him.
Yeah. Okay. Oh boy. So that's when I learned out what the term womanizer meant. Yeah.
So being corrected, it was more of like, he wasn't happy to be married.
Huh?
He wasn't happy to be married to her.
Talking about Al.
Oh, Ty, did you never watch this show?
No, I didn't. I never got into that.
Interesting. Stephen Vaughn said Al never disrespected Peggy as much as he wanted to. Even in his dream, Peggy was there to stop him.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. Yeah, so Brody did get the address. He was the one that had the 20 acres. It was talking about 60,000 per acre. I guess he put the address in. He said, my bad, sent the address earlier, but the next lot doesn't have an address because it's nothing on it. And I guess this is the address that's next to it. It's the closest address to the 20 acres.
Oh, you want me to pull it? Okay.
Yeah, he wants you to pull it up.
What state that's in?
This is in Texas. Non-disclosure state.
What's the full address?
Oh, right.
No intent to marry.
Brody. Where'd you go? Right. Okay, here it is. 972 Bethel, and it's Bethal. I can't pronounce the city. Waxahachie, Texas. Waxahachie. Okay.
How you spell it? Is it road or what?
It doesn't have a road.
Okay, how you spell the city?
Waxahac.
Yeah, we had a self-storage facility that we
He's saying it's a road. And he wants to know how can he get in contact with you so he can JV this deal.
Is this property right here?
972. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
No, this is next door to it.
Oh, that may not help. Let me see. I guess he online. He can tell me which one it is.
Well, I gotta go, fellas. Y'all do y'all thing.
All right. Okay. How you been? All right. So which property is it?
Yeah, it's the brown part. That's what he said. I think he was pulling up something else. He said, "Oh, over there across the street." Okay.
But which
Michael Hastings, is that what he's talking about?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
It's the brown part, and that's the only thing I can see that's all brown.
Yeah, that ain't good enough. We need more context, man. We need either an owner's name and or the parcel ID or address.
Something.
Address. Yeah, that would help.
They don't have an address for it. He said it's the one in the middle. So very general information. Just email it. Well, he don't have an address though, so I guess he have to figure out what the APN is for it.
Yeah,
that would be helpful. He's saying it's in between Michael. Did you see a Michael on there, Ty?
Yeah, that was the Michael. You called his name out. Yeah, there was a Michael right here.
Okay, so he says in between it.
There's another Michael right here though. And this guy's Michael too. God dog.
A lot of Michaels.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to do better than that. We can't. Yeah, we're gonna need there's a Michael. Oh, that's the same person. Yeah, we're gonna have to have a parcel ID or something on that.
Right. One other question I see that Audrey is asking. Let me put us back on here. Good day, beginner here. Do you wholesale self-storage? If so, what's the best way to find those to wholesale? I'm ready and interested to start this sort of real estate.
Yeah, I have a whole training on that, Audrey. If you text the word MINI to 205-964-5243. In that video, I show you how to, in that training, I show you there's a free training, how to do that.
And Brody has magic fingers. He's saying the person name is Michael Roach. He got magic fingers. He keep getting that stuff in there.
Michael Roach? Oh, okay.
Michael Roach.
It's this one up here. And what was he trying to find out?
He wanted to know, let me bring up the earlier one when he was talking about it.
Here's Michael Roach right here, so.
He's saying, I'm trying to comp 20 plus acres, but he wants 60K an acre. And one down the street, 1 acre is about 140K. And he wants to know what's missing, what he's missing.
Well, I'm showing this track right here. It's 45. It's 45.
Brody, that's Brody.
Yeah, it's 45 acres. Let's see here. We'll do it a couple of different ways. He
wants to know how to comp it, is what the question.
Yeah, I'm pulling up a couple of tools here to do that with. Right. We got the land portal. You can access this one at texting APN. That's APN to 205-964-5243. All right, and we'll comp this. We'll do this entire, and then I'll do it like this. This is Land Insights here, so. All right, and let's see, here it is up here. Okay, so that's only like at 10 grand an acre for 45, but you can't really do it like that. Let's see. So that's 15. So that's What's 15 into 200,000? So that's a little over. It's not quite 20,000. So that's 200, 2,000. Divided by 15. That's only like 13,000 an acre. Let's see this here. That's another 15. Same thing. Let me see if I can find. That's 28. Okay, so yeah, he's way off on 60. I mean, that's 88. Stuff is in here is priced pretty good now, but not like what he's trying to do though. Like these are 1 acre tracts right here, so those are 100. Yeah, that makes sense there for sure. But like I said, you can't compare a much larger tract like that. I'm trying to find. Well, you know what? What am I doing here? I can easily find that. Hold on. I can easily find it. All right, so he's at 20 acres. So I'm gonna just go up to 18 acres like this, and so we're only at about 19,000 an acre or whatever. If I do the same thing down here on what's listed though, and just see what's close. We start to see stuff in the 20s. I don't even see anything in the 30s on listed properties. Stuff up here is what's sold for at 14 and 16. And down here is stuff they're trying to sell at 20 in the 20s, right? Yeah, 180 right there, but that's an outlier right there. And you got some 200s quite a distance away. And then these are not just right next door. They are 10 miles away and stuff. So keep that in mind also. But just long story short, yeah, that 60 is just totally out of the question. Totally out of the question.
I just remember one time I was watching one of the lives that you had did with Hive Mind, and he was saying that most of the country, once you start getting upwards of 30,000 an acre, it becomes real, where you can't do a deal. Once you start getting to those numbers. Not to say you can't do a deal, but
yeah, because you can still do a deal because that's 600 grand. Well, that's more than that's 1.2 million on 20 acres. Yeah, now it's some prime real estate out there. Don't ever get it twisted, but it's not justified here
in that situation.
Yes, in this situation, I'm trying to see land porter here, what they got here on theirs. It's not doing anything. Okay, it's trying to think. But yeah, I know 60K per acre is just totally out of the question. You would want to be, for you to make money, you're talking, we're talking like 8 to 10,000 an acre, and that's still higher than what I would want to do. Yeah.
And real quick, just in the aspect of being helpful, because we had talked about Roderick and some of the properties that he's pulling up in Fort Worth in Texas, and he's saying that these are from a list I generated from ChatGPT and wanted to see if the prompts produced properties that made sense. So, what would you tell him if Chat is producing those type of properties, how he can fix that?
You say if ChatGPT is doing what now?
Well, a lot of the properties he's been submitting today that we've there's like these houses where they pretty houses, they fixed up, and they're selling fast. Most of the properties, but he said ChatGPT generated that list because we was telling them you probably don't even want to target those properties.
No, that's not how. If you're trying to use the KISS method, why would Chat even get involved?
Yeah,
that's what's confusing me. Why would ChatGPT and being involved in that? You're just going through Zillow and doing a search,
looking at the photo, whether it's photos.
Yeah. Now, if you have a better way of doing it, then so be it. But from what we've seen, that's not it. But yeah, we've been rolling pretty hard here.
All right, brother.
Yeah. So appreciate everyone that joined us today. Make sure, let's say, like, share, follow us here on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and all of those places. And Flipman Partnership Network, text the word SHIP, 205-964-5243, SHIP, SHIP, 205-964-5243. You can access all 3 courses on houses, land, and self-storage there in the group. Also, need cash buyers list nationwide. Text the word FEED, FEED, to 205-964-5243. And finally, the best land tool out there that's affordable. Let me just say that. Text APN, that's Apple, Paul, Nancy, 205-964-5243. And if you want to be a free foreclosure list, tired landlord list, things of that nature, text TOOL, TOOL, 205-964-5243. Thanks. And I guess we'll see you guys on Thursday. We'll see you on FLIP SID.
Flip man, it's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Yeah, that.